Alright, everybody, welcome back to the final part of Portal 1.
Oh man, I love that.
Go up there and
I
finally
Yes.
I love
kill
that corruption.
psychopath.
Yeah,
Oh.
as your computer crashes.
That's,
Alright.
that's the trick. They're not actually loading screens. That's just me trying to hide all the hitches. Yeah, that's what that
So
is.
I wanted to bring this up, guys. It has nothing to do with Portal. Actually, it has to do with VVVVVVV. I thought they would be like the pretty awesome Halloween costumes, since it is that time of year. Though you have to do the you'd have to do the walking animation if you wear the costume.
Okay, well I'm already physically disabled. My feet. I don't know how my ankles would like that.
You also have to flip like up and down too.
That'd be hard.
I just want to bring to the attention of everybody that this is one of my favorite rooms in the game. Like, this is actually a lot of fun.
You're doing this really fast. I was all meticulous and, waited to do everything. Like, plan things out. You're like, nah, run in the middle of the room, get shot at, it's fine.
It's fine.
I mean, it works. I'm not, like, crapping on you. It's working fine.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny.
One thing I did wish I recorded so we could do, like, an extra part is I should at least it's, like, a couple of the professional test chambers. Because there's actually extra test chambers you can play in this game. They're called the advanced chambers, and you get them after beating the game.
Yeah, I saw that option. I didn't really look into it, though.
But maybe I'll do that later and we can record it another time.
Yeah, you could do that.
But yeah, I would like to at least show off one of the advanced test chambers, because it's like Brendan said, like, they do get a lot harder. It's just for the main game they kept it pretty simple.
So is this the last thing, like the last chamber?
Yeah, this is the last room before you go and face glass.
Okay.
Which is a lot better of an ending room than Test Chamber 19. Which is
So like what? Is it like a boss or whatever? I guess
yeah,
there's call it a boss. Okay.
Yeah.
I just feel,
I would call this room more of a boss.
Fighting the boss.
Yeah, I would consider this room more of a boss fight than the actual boss.
No, I mean, I don't think, like, boss is the right word for this. Like, I don't know, a horde? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's just a bunch of normal enemies placed in a interesting way.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
But
more
like
a
the
level
actual,
at that point.
or by the way, I'm talking about this room, not the actual final boss. The final boss is a puzzle,
Okay.
which we'll see.
Shocker.
I know
I was
in
gonna
this
say
puzzle
shocker.
game. In the final boss is a puzzle in this puzzle game? What?
Right. He just completely
No
changes
idea.
genres or whatever. It goes like third person. It's like you like pull off combos.
It's a point and click now. It's a point and click beat 'em up.
That'd be actually really. Nothing against point and click games, but that'd be kind of a downer.
By the way, never fail to miss the first jump. That's me. Never fail.
I still like how the only point and click game I've ever played is SpongeBob Employee of the Month.
Wow.
So you can tell I have quite the resume
Because
under
you
my
have quite
belt.
the portfolio.
Yeah.
Alright, so here we are. We're coming up on Final Boss.
Hippity hoppity hippity hoppity hippity hoppity.
You never played like Pajama Sam or Freddy Fish or any of
No, I didn't even know that those
You missed
existed. I didn't even know those existed until I
Yeah,
started
games are
watching
class.
PBG.
Mm-hmm. Which I like this really ominous window look you get there, the chamber. It's really cool.
Kind of made me want to like boundary break. Does She Says have a video in this game?
I'm not sure.
Probably.
Well, you found me. Congratulations.
See, you can clearly see she's insane. Just look at the screens. Look at the screen. They're going nuts. They're going.
I didn't even notice that. I wasn't paying attention, I guess.
If you actually notice on the screen, one of the things that pops up is actually the Black Mesa logo from Half-Life. So yeah, they even referenced it in the scene.
Kind of reminds me how almost every Pixar movie has the pizza truck from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Say, there's a good way I can describe Valve. They're the Pixar video games. Except they don't make video games anymore, so they don't make any.
They're more of a leech now than anything.
Oh, correction. They do make video games. The last game they made was that card game they recently released that did not do well for them at all.
Okay, so the point in this boss is to get those little robotic head ball things into that fiery pit. My first time doing this, I had like 5 seconds left, and I was right by that fire pit, and I had the thing I needed to drop in there, but I accidentally dropped it on the rim, and it fell down, and the door shut, and I died.
Dude,
The very last hit.
I hate when that happens.
The very
So, like,
last
what,
hit.
you have to do it within a certain amount of time, then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's...
Because
Yep.
she starts to fill the room with deadly
Oh,
neurotoxins.
I see.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a while to actually die from these. How come... Actually, that might explain why there wasn't anything left. The scientists ran out in time.
So if you actually listen to what the heads are saying, like they, one of them's actually telling you like a cake recipe. This one's like a curiosity sphere, so you can hear it say going like, "What's that? What is that? What are those?"
Is that your recipe, buddy? The one we've been looking for?
Oh, no, my beefcake recipe, which I definitely have figured out, is top secret.
Okay. Just making
The
sure.
blue sphere is the recipe sphere.
My recipes.
Well, because that's all it says. It's like telling you the cake recipe, so I don't know what else to call it. So, it's the recipe sphere.
But
This boss fight's not hard at all.
it's not. I mean, my first playthrough, I was fumbling around a lot because I didn't know what I was doing, but I still almost made it. I would have made it if it didn't fall on the rim.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess the thing that would trick you is that the floor is black, so you wouldn't think to do that. Yeah, if you listen closely to this, you can hear the cake recipe.
Is that an actual recipe for a cake?
Yeah, it's actually telling you a real recipe.
Oh, okay. I wonder if... So I'm assuming someone's actually followed it and, like, made it.
I don't know. It's actually a good question.
I mean, it's probably just a basic cake recipe that people already do.
By the way, I really like that stock scream sound effect every time you kill one of the spheres. It's...
I love how the voice distorts. This is a cool fight.
Yeah.
It's not particularly hard, but... You know,
Honestly,
it's cool.
this fight's a lot cooler if you're actually playing it. Watching it doesn't really do it justice, because it's kind of boring to watch.
My problem with this fight, though, is it's just kind of the same step 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
Um,
you literally
Yeah,
do the same
it doesn't evolve.
Like, it does a little bit, like, the thing you need spawns a different spot each time. You have to figure out how to get there, but it's
But
not
if you've
hard.
been playing this game, like, and paying attention, like, you know what to do.
Yeah, it's not hard. So I kind of wish the steps were more different each time, but it's still a solid fight.
Like, I accidentally actually hit that the first try, so I was like, alright, cool. Oh yeah, this one's an anger sphere, so it's just going nuts. It's
Well,
just-
can you blame me? You're about to kill it. And this is the one
I
that
know.
survived because I freaking dropped down the rim, and I will never get over that.
Alright, and I'm pretty sure this is the last sphere. And it's over.
Dealing with his speedrunning
But-
tactics.
Yeah. Like I said, this fight's not hard at all. I don't know why the spheres would keep doing that bouncy thing, but that was weird. But apparently she's like connected to some time vortex because everything just floats up on out of here after you destroy her.
What?
So
It's like that room in Willy Wonka. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
yes, yes.
See,
You're talking
it's all
about, like-
connected.
Yeah. So what, is Willy Wonka? Is that the conclusion that we've come to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. I didn't
But
think
like
you'd
I
go
said,
sweet.
Willy Wonka is
Some-
the Rat Man.
somehow she caused like a freaking black hole to suck up everything out of this facility.
It happens. It happens.
You know. And we're actually going to see something in this ending that they added in an update way later. and I'm
What a,
gonna
what a
point it out.
beautiful white screen.
Yeah.
Wait, they actually added something in an update. That's pretty cool.
Okay, you hear like this robot coming up. This wasn't originally in the game.
Oh, is it like a hint towards Portal 2?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Okay, well, in the
Originally, that entire part was not in the game. Originally, just ended with Gladys dying and you just kind of pass out.
okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer that method than rather just assuming you're going to get a sequel, because then we get games like Banjo Tooie referencing Banjo 3E, and then it just kind of disappoints everyone. It's like, oh.
This is a really cool scene, by the way. Do like a little travel through the facility.
Of course, I think of the spiral credits. Of course, that's the thing that pops in my head.
Yeah, and this is where you find out there's a lot more cores than you think. There's a lot more. Like a lot of them.
It apparently wasn't a lie. I don't
Cake
think
was not a lie after all.
I don't think I want to eat it, knowing what's happened here, but it exists.
It's because I don't think anyone wants to know what's actually in that cake.
I mean, I do. I just don't want to eat it.
But there you go. That's Portal.
I
know it's kind of anticlimactic, but I still think this is a good game.
I think I like how they had a mechanic claw there, meticulously placed, specifically just to burn out the candle.
Yeah, I know.
Like, good use of resources there, Aperture. Good job.
Yep.
Could have used that
I mean,
time.
to be fair, Gladys does take over control of the facility at this point in the story.
They could have used the time they're making that to make a robot that wouldn't go rogue and kill everyone. Also, this song.
Basically, I don't want to spoil the second game, but I was about to. But
Don't do that.
Say
Yeah, I saw it. It's the Jimmy Neutron emblem.
It is.
By the way, I love this song. By the way, this is great.
How come I didn't notice that before? They had the Jimmy Neutron emblem there.
I know, right?
Got him. Again, it's all all connected.
See, she's not even mad, guys. Look at that.
I don't know, she sounded pretty angry.
I'm being so sincere right now.
You know, this song is like oddly sweet sounding considering what it's about.
Yeah. So, what'd you think, Jacob? I don't know.
I think the concept is cool, but everything else just doesn't speak to me. So yeah.
This doesn't speak to you.
I mean, I probably just upset a lot of people. So sorry.
Like with
We're gonna lose subscribers.
I know, right?
I know people, like, there's a lot of people on the internet that wouldn't agree with me, but I think the sequel takes everything that this game does and does it a lot better, and just makes a better game.
From what little I've seen, I would agree with you, because that game has way more stuff going for, like the bouncy goop or those roads that you can, the blue road things. Like a lot of cool mechanics. They expand in a lot of cool ways. Someone's named Jason Raman. It kind of looks like Rayman. Anyway.
But, I think it's just due to the fact, too, that, they just brought Black Mesa again. So, here's your Half-Life.
Yeah, I caught that my first playthrough. I went, hey, that's the place. Where that, it's cake.
It's just so moist.
And it's a Johnny Test emblem.
Wow, really pushing it now.
Johnny Test and Jimmy Neutron, my favorite crossover.
I know, right?
I was gonna say, fun fact, like, the person who does Glass's voice pretty much did most of the voices in this game.
That makes sense. The turrets sound pretty similar.
Is she gonna stop writing the letter or what?
Nope.
Final thought, yes? Okay.
But yeah, good game. Good game. I have issues with it, as I've made clear, but I still...
because the sequel just has a lot more going on in general.
As I said, I do have issues with this game, but I still think it's good overall, and I think it's worth picking up, especially considering it goes on for like $1. It goes for $1 on sale sometimes, so put it in your Steam wish list, get it. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not amazing,
I think
but
it's
good.
worth at least one playthrough.
Like, honestly, I don't know if I'm ever going to play through Portal again. Maybe I will, but it doesn't seem like a game I would replay. But honestly, I still enjoyed it.
Like, if you didn't like the concept the first time, you're probably not going to like the concept at all.
Well, I love the concept, and it's just...
But, yeah.
The actual game itself, I feel like it's more interesting.
I'm not saying you in particular.
He's referring to me.
Yeah.
I like the concept. Everything else I don't like. I just feel like the levels all blend together. It's like, I know it's like a lab, but like they all look samey.
That's the point, though. Is it's supposed to be themed.
The last two levels,
but
the escape process was actually really interesting, just because I felt like it was actually picking up. Like, I don't know.
Okay, well, Dylan, let me put it this way. It makes sense story-wise, but like it still does make every room blend in. Doesn't change that fact.
Yeah.
The sequel, I think, takes place in a ruined lab, so there's more variety there. But yeah, this one, things do blend in. I do agree with Jacob, but the game is so short. I don't think it's that big of an issue.
was gonna say the second game, even though like a lot of it's still just test chambers, they do mix it up how it looks and how everything feels. I don't want to spoil too much about the sequel because we are gonna get to it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But
we should probably start wrapping this up though.
Right, exactly. But anyway, like I said, like I just think I don't know. I'm trying to like.
I just think.
Close this out,
I don't know.
Like I think the first game's good. It has a lot of good ideas. The second game does it better. Yeah, that's pretty much what I think. Anyway.
It's a mark of a good sequel.
Yeah.
Alright,
And
well,
especially when they introduced Cape Johnson. Like.
And I promise I will play Portal 2 at some point. I have it on Steam. I just haven't got around to playing it. I have to be in a certain mood for puzzle games.
It's one of my favorite games, so I don't know.
I like it. It's just I feel like it could have been better. But the sequel does look like it
Right.
addressed my issues. So
and I'm sure we'll make the comparisons when we get to that.
Honestly,
so.
my biggest problem with this game is that I feel like they'd spent way too long in the test chamber areas, and they should have got to the second half way sooner than they did.
I mean,
once it's like Jacob said, it feels like the game's starting to pick up, but then the game just kind of ends. Like I get what he means.
yeah, I kind of agree, but I don't know how much you can expand on that area to where it wouldn't feel like a drag.
Right.
Like I feel like they did everything they could with the idea of breaking out of the test chambers. I don't know how you could expand on that further to make it not feel repetitive.
Something.
I don't know. I have no input on this. I don't know.
Maybe at some point you go outside for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe there's something.
All right, but anyway, see you guys for whatever we do next.
Yeah.
It's
bye.
a surprise.
Bye.
I don't even know what we're doing next, to be honest.
I don't know either. Okay. Later, guys.
But yeah, bye.